Hey everybody, welcome back to the Daily Kerbal, where we play Kerbal Space Program's career mode, now improved with numerous mods, and welcome back for the first time to the Kerbin Gateway Space Station. By far the largest Kerbal created object I have ever made, and also currently housing 4 different spacecrafts, one of them being the shuttlecraft that brought the crew up here. We can turn those lights off because there's nobody in there. And then a number of other vessels that I intend to send to Duna, each and every one of them. All of these 3 that we can see docked here. Let me get rid of that. I'm not going to be doing them all at once. Not this time. I figure that, there isn't really any rush for us to do this at our own pace. Kerbals don't age, after all. So, just very quickly, I'm going to describe these shuttles. This is a lander. This is a craft that is designed to land on Duna, take off, and mostly carry crew, possibly some ore back up if need be, but mostly just crew. Basically what I want to do is be able to rotate personnel on all of our facilities. This is mostly just pertaining to Duna for now, but Ike is soon to follow because fuel is going to become an issue when we get out there. Second, I have another set of base equipment. It could technically function as an entire second base down on Duna to satisfy a contract, which we really should start doing because we're really starting to run out of cash at this point. Building the station was expensive, and so we're building and getting all these ships out to orbit. Lastly, this is my version of a Duna shuttle. Technically, according to the math, the Delta V this shuttle is capable of that this shuttle possesses is enough to get it to Duna and back from Duna. I'm hoping that that works. I'm hoping that it really can do that. All that is, these are to come in future episodes. However, for now, the launch that I want to complete today is the launch of, as the music changes, is the launch of the next section of base, because I want to get some money. I want to get that down, want to get our rep up, want to get our cash up. As my own, let's call this my private fund. Keeping the space program funded is going to become increasingly more challenging as time continues. So let's get stuff moving for now. This is entirely probe controlled, by the way. I had those I had the air brakes deployed so they wouldn't get in the way of the docking port. Come on. There we go. Close the shield, please. Thank you. Base. You close the shield too. There we go. Okay, so planets are in the right position. We are actually almost in the exact right spot for a burn, so let's start planning. Okay. That's pretty good. There we go. All right. As always, we can adjust this with adjust this midway. We have 2 minutes. Just want to move out of the way of the station if possible. Come on. Yeah, we're not going to make that node, are we? Even though I do have a very powerful engine on board. I feel like we're going to cry. This is going to be close, I guess, but might as well try and pull away from underneath the station as soon as we get a clear shot. Like... now-ish. Burn shouldn't take long anyway. Uh-oh. We can hit that? We're not going to hit that, are we? Nope, we are not going to hit it. Yay, we are off. Okay, let's get going. I'm going to start this burn sort of semi-slow, and we'll see. It says a minute 24, but we all know better by now. As we pull away from the space station, by the way, all of a sudden my frame rate starts to get a lot better. Alright, let's keep an eye on our fuel. This is kind of the upside of this. Of course, has to do with a lot of the new rocket parts that I got, but I am now able to carry much larger vessels out into orbit, and because I'm able to orbit them around the station and dock them, I'm also able to send them a lot farther. I'm sorry, by the way, for those of you who are watching this on monitors that are dark as the one on my right, because on the screen where I'm playing the game I can see this perfectly well, but on the screen that I am recording on, it's almost pitch black. Like now I can see the outline of the ship on that one, so I apologize for that, but launches towards Duna pretty much require us to go from the darker side of the planet. Anyway, it looks like our burn is going to be pretty much spot on. Let's see how we're doing. Yeah, I'm going to start increasing the thrust now. There we go. Camera flipped. Crap. Okay, I messed that up. But we're still on course. Actually pretty well on course. Why are we still increasing? I did shut down the engine, didn't I? Okay. I don't get why this is still changing. The ship's probably wobbling or something. But anyway, we have a heading. And I guess that's it. We're off. I mean, we have solar panels all set up to collect sunlight on our way, so I guess we'll be fine. Not a lot of objects to get in the way of the sun once we, leave Kerbin anyway. Now, as usual, we fly. Oh crap! First, I have to extend one of these antennas. Make sure we have probe control. Now we send the ship on its course and get ready to adjust our heading. Right around here, I think, is where we do it. Switch focus to Duna. There we go. Let's see how we did. Okay, that's pretty far away. So let us orient the ship in the prograde direction and start using our handy dandy monopropellant thrusters to set us correctly. Or I could just flip us towards the radial in direction. Just making sure we're not burning some of our reserve fuel as well. There we go. There, look at that. Yeah, that's a bit better, isn't it? Okay. That brings us closer. Now let's use the monopropellant thrusters. Okay, we don't need to worry about not using up, you know, about using up too much of it. Because, you know, we don't really need it where we're going. We are going to have to try and perform the landing as precisely as possible. That's the one difficulty in all this. I'm pretty good at performing landings when we're in vacuum, but the moment literally anything gets in my way, at that point I start having problems. Maybe use the engine a bit more. There we go. Yeah, that's how we do it. Okay. Got ourselves an Ike orbit there, an Ike encounter. And we're almost... We're just about level now, so I'm gonna... Oh, that's too much. Okay, slow us down. Alright, periapsis at 100. Yeah, that's good. That's good. We got plenty of thrust now on board to orbit us without getting into the planet's atmosphere, I hope. Anyway, quick save, just in case I am completely wrong. Have the ship's automatic guidance unit point us toward the retrograde direction. There we are. And now we just fast forward the flight. Been thinking a little bit, by the way, about some parallels in the gaming industry. Specifically, I was considering the difference between Dark Souls and Kerbal Space Program. A lot of you might be thinking that's a little bit of a leap, and you're not wrong. But I do have my reasons. Particularly in this case, what I think about specifically is Dark Souls' lack of any kind of, you know, internal gameplay, storyline, sorry, internal attempt to tell its actual story within the game. I think I said that about what I meant. That's just about what I meant to say. And Kerbal Space Program's lack of a tutorial system. Usually, if I have to go scouring other sources for information that is pertinent to my enjoyment of the game, I consider that a negative. Like, I consider that to be a bad thing. And Kerbal Space Program is very much like that. There is almost no way that you can be, like, as somebody who knows nothing about space exploration like I do, there is no way for you to be good at this game unless you look up external sources, watch YouTube videos, you know, learn physics, read about stuff like that. You know what I'm talking about. But the more I think about it, the more it actually works in the game's favor. Not necessarily because it makes the game better, like it arguably makes the game worse that the tutorial is not there, because it makes the game a bit less self-contained. On the other hand, Kerbal Space Program has always felt to me like an educational tool. Possibly one of the single best educational tools in the gaming industry. You know, at least as far as I've ever come in contact with. Okay, I'm going to quick save here again just because I'm always worried that if I hit the space bar, staging is going to do something stupid. It, however, did not. Okay, that was the engine power blowing up the stack separator. Apologies for that. Anyway. These are some of the new engines, by the way. This is the Kite. Could actually just go ahead and straight up land, but I think I'm actually going to just continue orbiting until the base is in the sunlight, because it literally, the sun has just gone down on the Duna station, the Duna surface base. So yeah. Okay, the sun is now rising on the Duna base, so this is the right time for us to begin the maneuver. I'm going to start by bringing down our apoapsis so that the orbit is a bit more circular. Keeping an eye on our fuel the entire time, obviously. Okay. That's pretty good. Now, we'll fast forward again to the dark side of the planet. It's take a while this time because I brought the orbit down. And then now we're going to start our landing. Set this as our target. I'm going to see if actually correcting the node does anything here. I feel like we might as well. Okay, RCS is still on. Let's see if this... I'm using my monopropellant thrusters. They don't seem to be doing anything. So I'm just going to orient us toward the normal vector. Right, because the RCS thrusters are not. Yeah, there's only some on the top there now. Anyway, it might still work. If I do this. No, it doesn't seem to be doing anything. Okay, so let's just increase that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Supposedly we're on point with this orbit. I wonder if that helps us in any way. Back to retrograde. You know, especially considering the base isn't orbiting, it's on the surface. Yeah, okay. Right about now is where I'm going to start burning to land. Alright, I'm going to rotate us in this fashion. That. And now let's start burning. Okay, so we want to aim a bit ahead of it. This engine is pretty powerful. I chose it because it has fairly good back stats as well. Yeah, like so. And my goal here is to get us in a position where we basically come like straight down as we descend, right about now. Just going to start burning as powerfully as I can. I hate how the sound is only playing in one of my earphones. Okay. Yeah, we can actually afford to come a little closer. Okay, so my game crashed. I'm starting to get the sense that all these mods might be taxing my system a little bit beyond capacity, but it's all right. We're doing okay for now. I'm gonna try and continue to keep our speed under control. Still got fuel left to try and help that out, and also now, while I'm remembering, I need to get this sorted out. I really should have remembered doing this earlier. I'm actually going to quick save here. It's a good spot to try. Alright. I think... once I get our heading a little closer and burn through all our fuel... okay, or now, when I run out of options, I will activate that. Alright. Should have had this on surface, shouldn't I? It's okay, we're gonna end up kind of close-ish, I think. I think I'm going to increase the altitude at which they deploy fully. So I can deploy the other ones. So we're still coming in pretty fast. In fact, I'm just gonna do it now. Okay, that part blew up. Activate the landing gears. Okay, activate the landing gears on this one. Now, it looks like we're coming in at a nice steady pace. That's I think that was what's left of the probe core. Doesn't matter, we don't need those. This is the one that we really need. Just turn it toward retrograde. That one's already landed. Excellent. All right. Look at that. Wow. And I literally just dropped them down onto the ground. Damn. Okay. Now, while they still have battery power left, let's get these babies and connect them. Extend antenna. Let's start with you. There we go. Can't quite tell what's going on here. Why are you not moving in the direction I'm... There is no steering going on. Okay, that's weird. For some reason it doesn't want to follow my orders. Maybe that's why. Steering is enabled. Why are you not doing what I ask you to do? Does this guy have the same problem? Nope, this one's working. And I wonder why, though. What's so special about you? Okay, so apparently this was damaged during the descent. That appears to be what the problem is. Now, it might just be stuck out here, but I'm going to try a couple things. Okay, so this base has a number of antennas, obviously, because it landed as individual parts. I took one of the antennas off. I have it now in my inventory, and I'm going to take it all the way out there to the probe. And number one, see if I can repair the antenna that's already out there. And then number two, see if I can... If I can't do that, then I will just attach this one to it instead and see if that works. Okay, so here we are. Sped up a bit, but we made it. Now, gonna have to try and climb on top of this thing. It's gonna be tough since there are no ladders. Can you just... Nope. Alright. EVA propellant work at all for us in this case? No, it won't. Okay. So I guess what I gotta do is I gotta switch over to this thing, and yeah, that part works for some reason. Can't get any probe control over it. Now I should be able to climb up. There we go. Can you repair this? Can you repair the... Apparently he cannot repair this. Okay. Can you detach it? Can. Okay. Open up his inventory. Put that in my... There we go. I wonder if now if I... this and put it back down. Alright, what am I doing wrong here? H to attach. Target doesn't have a certain... Oh. There we go. Still looks broken. Ugh, come on. Yep, still broken. Okay. So what that means is that I gotta do is I gotta put this one on there instead. There we go. Oh, here's an interesting idea. Actually, technically he can just get inside this. Alright, let's extend the antenna. And we once again have probe control. Wonderful. Let's... don't think we even need to deploy the habitat. You can just kind of walk on over here. Grab onto that. Board it. Modal, okay. Gotta deploy it first. There we go. Now you can board it. Sweet. Okay, now a little bit of routine maintenance complete. Managed to fix the problem that we had there. Let's see if it works now. Please work. It works! Well done, Samry. You saved the day. Totally forgot to mention this, by the way, but obviously this part of the base being down on the ground means that we've completed our contract. And anyway, here's what I intend to do right now with this base. It's going to be a bit complicated. Should be fine. There we go. Turn the brakes on. Disable the landing gear. Okay. In order to make sure that the whole thing doesn't just end up one long straight corridor, this is actually a cross section. It's just it doesn't utilize any of the sideways structural elements yet because I haven't attached anything to it. So what I am going to do is the following. I can always kind of fix this later. Now that I know that you can like cannibalize parts from this, it also means that I can just send parts down here and have the engineers do all the work themselves. So let's get Samry out of here because we're going to need you to do some more work. Right, careful, don't destroy anything. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to remove the docking port from here. Just this part. How do I do that? So I gotta find the right key. Oh crap, that's definitely not what I wanted to do. Good to know though that it... Okay, I've done this before because I I switched a, turned one of these docking ports around, so I know I can take it off. How do I do it? There we go. Took me a while, but I finally figured out what I was doing wrong. We got it all set up. I did blow up one of the wheels. Don't ask me how I did it. It was probably some kind of physics problem. Anyway, now I should be able to kind of... Wow. Oh, there we go. Finally tipping over now that I get here. Huh? Okay. So, we gotta stand it up on 3 wheels now, I guess. Doesn't look like that much of a problem. And just kind of get it oriented properly. Not kill Samry in the attempt. Okay, carefully. There we are. Drop that. There we go. Switch over to this section of the base. Activate its wheels. Maybe move Samry out of the way there. Yeah, that's fine. Just let it roll closer. There. Do I have to set it as my target for it to attempt to dock with it? Brakes are on. Okay, it's fine. We can still fix this. No, it's the brakes I meant to turn off. There we go. I'm going to use this bit to push those two together. Straighten her out. Are any of these, I can tell that these are not connected. Okay, those two are connected. Saw it snap. What about these two? Alright. Samry, we're going to need you to do one more force of manual labor here. There we go. Okay. Just needed a little nudge. Now that does it for this very high maintenance episode. And speaking of maintenance, I think I'm gonna walk around this base right now, and I'm gonna remove all the parts that we don't need. Like just, you know, take stuff like this. Put it in our inventory. We don't need those parachutes on here anymore. Physics. Oh boy, physics. Okay. Yeah, so just do this, you know, collect all the stuff that we don't need here anymore. Or for now, I'll just do that much. get back inside. It's quite enough excitement for one day, I think. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the episode with me messing around with all these Kerbal stuff. We got a lot more to come. Now that we finally got the drilling operation set up here. Don't need all these antennas either. We finally got the drilling operation set up and the science operation, by the way. Can also finally extend these larger size solar panels. Help the station generate a little bit more energy, as it clearly needs. And we got some science to send back home as well. We can stop the research and just... In fact, let's maybe do that. Let's get everything up and running. Got the radiators up and good. And start the drill. Alright, surface harvester should be... There we go. Hope it doesn't exceed its heat limit. It shouldn't. It's got 2 cooling units. Perfect. Alright, we got a fuel refinery. We got a fuel converter here. We got some tanks to fill up. All in all, I think we should be just fine. Base is looking nice. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for the electric charge to go up. Accept this contract. Constructing our first... Yep, we started constructing the outpost. Did we get the... We also got the achievement for that, right? Good. And the last thing that we need to... thing I want to do before I forget is transmit this science. You already have a... whatever. You have a comm station open. I don't know why you had to do that. It's been a while since we collected science. The new mods that I added did give me one other tech on the tree that I need to unlock. So there's one more, like... Can't remember what tier of tech it was. I think it was a 550 science tier technology. But anyway, once this uploads, that's going to be the end of the episode. Done. Excellent. Now, the next thing that we're going to do, now that we have a drilling operation set up here, is to send the lander out here so we can start rotating crew. And then my objective with that is going to be to get maybe an entirely new crew for the Duna surface station and bring home possibly all of these guys. All that to come in the future. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. I will see you next time.